Go ahead, please.
Demar, they always talk about the sophomore jinx, but you didn't even miss a beat this year. How good did you feel personally with your performance?
I was definitely happy, pleased, and the hard work that I put in last summer definitely paid off, and that's what I was striving for.
Was there anything in particular that you said, okay, these are goals I need to set?
No, I think I just had a chip on my shoulder. I just want to come out, improve a lot of stuff, especially like be one of the top players in this league, and just keep getting better.
Where did the chip come from? What led you to try and improve?
I'd say a lot, especially my first year not making a rookie team. I definitely want to make the rookie team. Just seemed like I was on the radar with a lot of stuff, and I just wanted to work hard and show a lot of people I could play.
What positive things can you guys take away from this year and build on as a team for next year?
How young we was, and we fought through the whole year. We had tough times and good times, and we definitely could build off that for next year.
Yeah, speaking of good young guys, Ed Davis, yourself, Bayless. Ed Davis is saying he was really impressed by your play. Talk a bit about what you saw from him and maybe some of the other younger guys that are really starting to come along.
With Ed not being able to be a part of training camp, missing a lot of the games in the first half of the season, to come back and finish off strong like he did, that was definitely big. That said a lot about him, and I know for a fact this summer he's going to get a lot better and be ready for next year.
Well, for you personally, you seem to have added a lot to your game. This certainly goes along with the responsibilities that were added to your game as well. But what do you feel you need to do? Is it stretching it out a little bit more?
A little bit of everything. Just polish up a lot of little things, stretch my range out, work on my ball handling. Just continue to get better at all parts of my game.
From a rebounding and defensive standpoint as well, how do you get better at those things?
Just get stronger. Use this summer to get stronger. I know what I got to do, especially if I'm going to try to be down there with the big guys rebounding. Just get stronger and try to be more aggressive.
If you had to characterize this year, if you had to describe this year, what would you say?
It's a good question. I have to say building, because throughout the whole season we was building on wins and losses that we had. So I had to say building.
How difficult was it to even get into a groove when you had so many injuries as well? And you had the 1-2 punch of you and Bargnani, but then he's injured, and just a lot of key players going down. How difficult is it to get in the groove?
It's definitely difficult because, it was a couple nights we didn't even know who was starting. And it was tough, but, we can make up all the excuses we want about the injuries and everything. We still have to play through it and continue to fight.
How much of a priority for you is it at all to perhaps become the guy going forward?
I don't really look at it as being the guy. I just look at it as becoming the best player I could be, and wherever it takes me from there, then, I'm fine with it.
Demar, the playoffs are obviously going to be a goal next year, but considering how far out you guys finished this year, how far away do you think you guys are? How many pieces? Is it going to just be the high draft pick, or is it going to be some veteran free agency?
It could play both ways, the draft pick, and if we pick up a key veteran. I think all we missing is that one little piece that could really get us over the edge, and it could definitely take us a long way next year. And, my trust in the organization, I believe we're going to do that.
What do you think that piece is?
It could be a veteran, big, down there that know how to play down in the paint, that could be a presence down there, that could definitely help us on the defensive end as well.
Is that what ultimately kind of hurt you guys the most this year? Inexperience and injuries and everything else, but defensively you guys weren't strong for most of the year.
Yeah, that was one of the major parts. If we had a big presence down there, it definitely would have helped us out a lot.
How would you assess the job that Jay and his coaching staff did this year?
They did a great job, always keeping us positive, always talking to us and helping us, working with us every day. No matter if we win or lose, it was the same attitude coming in, we're going to continue to get better, and we're going to keep working at it.
There without contract, Brian without a contract. I know you don't make these decisions, but would you like to see them back?
I love to. I love to. From Brian to Jay to everybody. They played a major part in my success now, and I definitely hope they are back.
In terms of how the season was going and playing for the coaches and whatnot, how much pushing did you guys need, or perhaps maybe it's the youth and guys trying to play for jobs, in terms of keeping that fight up down the stretch? Was that about pride, or was that about playing for the coaches, or perhaps both?
I think it was pride. Everybody wanted to finish off strong. I think last night after the game, a lot of guys was, reality hit about knowing that the season over, and with the unexpectedly of next season, what's going to happen. A lot of guys was kind of hurt that the season ended, but, at the end of the season, we were definitely playing for pride.
How daunting is it that you don't know what your next game will be?
Man, it's definitely frustrating. I think last night definitely felt different from last year, from my last game, because, not knowing when I'm going to play my next game is definitely tough.
And you plan for anything? Like, do you have what if we're not playing by November? What if we're not playing by January type plan?
Right now I'm just hoping for the best. I'm going to go into the summer planning like, everything's going to start up the same, and just go from there when July 1st comes.